There's an old saying about the destination only being half the fun. The journey there is really the other half. And that's absolutely true this morning as we jump on the Rocky Mountaineer for a 2-day trip from Vancouver to Calgary, where we are going to pass through some of the most spectacular scenery Canada has to offer.
Thank you for choosing Rocky and have a spectacular journey. Welcome to the Rocky Mountaineer.
We have 2 rules aboard the Rocky Mountaineer. First and most important is to have a good time. And the second is calling out wildlife. If you see any wildlife at all, please don't hesitate, yell it out. We won't laugh at you if it was just a cow or a horse. Hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of eagles and ospreys today. So it looks like a beautiful day. I look forward to 2 days with you, we all do. And we'll be underway shortly.
Lovely way to start the day. Little orange juice and champagne. Some call it a mimosa. I call it breakfast. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is great.
Oh, we're full town hall left up.
So we'll just wait till everybody gets their orange juice and bubbly, and then we'll have our toast. Again, welcome.
Cheers.
One nice side note. I couldn't have champagne and orange juice if we were going flying, could I? One more, please.
Well, wait here.
I wish I could read. Pictures are nice though.
So this Rocky Mountaineer trip is broken up into 2 days. The first day we go from Vancouver to Kamloops, we stay overnight there, and then we continue on from Kamloops to Calgary the second day. The reason for this is so that all of the scenery is seen through the day. There's no travel at night, you don't miss a thing. The Rocky Mountaineer has many destinations and different routes to get there from Banff, Jasper, and Whistler. We're taking the Kicking Horse route, the original, the transcontinental, the one that joined this country.
You're seeing the Canadian Rockies and Western Canada from an entirely different perspective, not just by driving and, you're not worried about are we there yet, you're not worried about, looking at the GPS and seeing, the route that you're taking. You're just in total relaxation. You have your onboard attendants taking care of you and you're seeing the beautiful scenery outside the window. And the other thing is the cuisine. It's bi-regional cuisine on the train. You're dining on things like Pacific salmon while you're traveling through British Columbia and things like bison while you're in Alberta. So the cuisine is really a flavor of the province itself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming into the beautiful Fraser River Canyon here. As you can see off to our right-hand side.
It's amazing to be able to stand and walk around the car, stick your head out in the wind in the vestibule, and really experience the Fraser Canyon from a totally unique perspective. It's amazing.
This is lovely. This is really, really nice.
Yeah, relaxing.
Very nice.
One of the first points of interest is the historic and mighty Fraser River, BC's longest river, which starts at Mount Robson and winds its way all the way to the Pacific Ocean. Before rail and roads, this was the highway for First Nations and prospectors of the gold rush of the Fraser River in 1858. As we look out the window, we get a great look at Hell's Gate, the most narrow point of the river, where the water can fluctuate in height by as much as 80 feet.
I think just the sheer length of the river so far has been amazing.
So I have a quick look here just to see how much the water fluctuates. This is called Saddle Rock on the right-hand side. Right on the very tip of that rock is a log that was lodged up there about 3 years ago when the river was almost parallel to the tracks. It's just
acres and acres and acres of forest, and I sit here wondering just how many square miles there are in the world that have never had a human footprint on them. I just think it's awesome, the size of it all.
So as we've been going along, they've been providing really interesting tips about our surroundings and some of the area and some of the history, and I thought it was all off the top of their heads, but they've actually got a book with all the secrets in it. So I'm reading up, and I'm gonna have a test later on. What's the population of Yale?
2,600.
Way off! 200. Okay, let's try another one. What's the population of Lytton?
I'm gonna go with 350. Final answer.
300.
Can I call a friend?
No.
350.
I don't have any
answer.
friends, so I don't know why you should be able to call one.
All right.
325 is the actual answer. That is impressive. I was going to continue on with a barrage of questions, but I think we'll leave it at that because that was actually not too bad.
Thanks.
And you may be right because this was a little while ago.
Yeah, I was factoring that in, really.
Yeah.
I tell my friends that I'm semi-retired because I work 7 months a year, 12 days a month. So, and of course, working with all these great people here that I've become fast friends with.
Now, in this confined work environment, how important is it that the team gets along?
You become friends very quickly because you are in such a confined space.
What's the most challenging portion of the job?
Challenging, I guess, would just be the hours. It is a condensed work week, so it's something that you know about heading into it. But you know, sometimes it can be 15-hour days, and then you have to turn around and do that again, and making sure you do it all with a smile.
Excuse me, behind you. Excuse me. I'm so glad that 10 years as an actor paid off. All right, anyway.
You do it with such style, don't you?
Thank you. That's lovely. Is everything to your satisfaction?
It's all coming back to you, isn't it?
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a lovely evening.
My favorite part, I'd say, is the people I meet. They have so much life experience, and I hear their stories, and it just gives you so much inspiration, and they recharge me. They remind me how much life has to offer.
I was taking a hospitality program at Vancouver Community College, and they showed the marketing video of the Rocky Mountaineer. And my father worked for the railway, and my grandfather worked for the railway. And I thought, well, it kind of blends together hospitality with family history. So I looked it up in the phone book and applied.
And that was 14 years ago.
Yeah.
What is it that keeps you coming back? How have they been able to make you want to stay?
You work with great people, and it's fun. People are here to have a good time. It's not like you're dredging on in the day with a bunch of grumpy people. It's all people who want to have a good time. They want to enjoy their vacation, and it's fun.
Well, that's day one wrapping up. We've left Vancouver and we're almost into Kamloops, but tomorrow is the really big show where we get to see the Rocky Mountains up close and personal on the Rocky Mountaineer on Wings Over Canada.
DVD copies of the Wings Over Canada series are available, singly or in box sets at wingsovercanada.ca or at 1-866-909-4647.